I'm so happy that I played it in BT15 so that I could speak on it in BT16. Like I agree. So I agree with Mike. You know, Mike was like, "Oh, you're gonna pick up that, like, you're gonna max rarity that deck, and you're gonna hate it." If I didn't play the deck in BT15, I do think I actually would have hated the deck, to be honest. Because I played it in BT15, I actually prefer the 15 playstyle over 16. You like what you said kind of like holds true. It's like, it's not so much like I get into Magna X and it's like, can I proc my own effect? I think because I get into Magna X, I put the onus on my opponent to try to like have to respond to it, right? Like they have to play around it because if they let me proc my effect, well, then I'm immune again.
Right.
But I don't think that's a bad thing. What made it really bad was the deck was consistent. Like the deck was really good at doing what it did in 15 because
it still does.
No, it doesn't.
All right, continue, Muffle.
You have like I ran 4 kill options. I ran 2 full moon and 2 heavens, and then I think I ran 1 awakening, and then there was like, I want to say in that iteration that I had gotten 18th with or whatever it was, there was a total of like 8 tamers or so. But that was like 15 cards out of my 50 card deck that was like, air quote, you know, dead. They weren't Digimon. And I didn't hate seeing any of those cards at any point in time. Awakening was great because it let me be offensive or it let me be defensive. You know, my removal options always came up when I needed them. I never didn't have, well, I actually always never had them when I wanted them, more so than having them in hand when I didn't need them. Everything else, it worked. On Saturday, I really felt, because I have, let me tell you what the deck consists of. 3 awakening. I had 5 removal options. It was effectively, and I say effectively for a reason, 3 Heaven's Judgment and 2 Trident Arm. I had 3, let's just say 3 Blinding Ray. So that's already 11 option cards. And then there was 8 Tamers, 2 Shu, 4 Davis, and 2 Digimon Emperor. That's 19 cards. That's 4 more cards that are air quote dead, you know, in terms of not being a Digimon. But also, I don't have an Ukkomon. Before I had an Ukkomon, so I had draw power because I was able to push up, Digivolve again. Yep. Gave me an extra Digivolve and Raising. And because I ran the Wanyamon eggs, I also had draws. So it just gave me a little bit more consistency and a little bit more aggression. And now, because even though, you know, I have the 6 searchers, I have the 4, what's it called? You know, 4 BT12, the 2 starter deck. I had so many times, like, I whiffed way more because of how much more diverse the deck was in terms of its options and not having, you know, the 4 Ukkomon that were free trait. There was so much less to hit, so to say. And I, honest to God, had cards in hand that I fucking hated. I hated having those cards in hand. I had 2 awakening. Like I had 1 to start with, and then I drew into another one, and I was like, wow, this really showed up when I didn't need it. The Trident Arms were fine, so were the Heavens. The removal, the most brickiest cards of all, I was actually fine with. It was everything else. The Blinding Rays that I couldn't use because I didn't have a yellow source. And then people are going to say, oh, you know, so I play TK. Yeah. I really like Shu. Shu was great.
X usually.
Generally, you have Magna X, but like they'll use TK to pull that Magna X out of security, or, you know, one of the other yellow cards, or the Blinding Ray. But the Shu, I actually like the Shu a lot for the same reasons that I said I didn't like it last format, and I feel like it might be better in BT16. I loved it. It gave me the Sec +1 when I needed it. It let me get bigger because of the Alliance. And if I needed, I had Reboot. So, like, I actually like Shu a lot. The Davis, well, Davis is Davis. Digimon Emperor is Digimon Emperor. Those cards were fine. But, I played 14 rookies, but man, was it hard to see rookies. It really was. It was really tough to see rookies, funny enough. And I think also last format I ran.
So I was about to say, it sounds like for you guys switch up what you had that works for you and go back to certain things like having the Ukkos, having the Wanya draw. Because I mean, I don't think the Demi-Vs are necessary, right? Is it necessary?
I love those. I love those Demi-Vs. Making Magna X native 13K.
Okay.
Yeah, plus Magna X native 13K is big because that little buff sometimes is all that matters.
Oh, especially the heavens because it's 666 they have to use.
Well, there's that, but it's also like on my turn with the BT16 Demi-V for the plus 2K means that I'm natively 15, which is really good for whenever I want to swing over something or if I'm going like it's the more DP, the better kind of thing. So I actually like the Demi-Vs, but I agree with you on the Ukkomons. I would definitely go back to running Ukkomons. I would run the BT.
I don't know. For me, I don't think I was going to take out the Ukkos. Like, I get why, because of the new stuff, 100%. Yep. But for me, like, when I was looking like I guess, again, I haven't really put my full, all right, let me see how I'm going to build the deck yet. But like my own minor theory craft and Magna, again, my version of Magna would be different in the sense of I would probably be having it more aggro than your usual because that's how I like playing the armor rush from back in the day. So like, I would have used the Ukkos for sure. You're going either the searching or you're plussing memory and hatching, searching plus hatching. Like there's so much Ukko does for that deck and it's free. So you can search it too. So it's not like it's the dead card. So like, again, I get why people went straight Vmon if you're playing armors 100%. But like, I don't know. I think just me, it was just it's tough for me. I just see Ukko as a card that is needed in that deck to do what it needs to do. And I don't know what's Magna X regular Evo requirements. Evo over yellow, black, and blue for 6?
Magnamon 2-color.
Or that. Yeah.
No, I can Evo. I believe it's over yellow, black, blue for 4?
5 or 6, right?
Maybe. I think it's 4. No, I think it's 4. Because it digivolves 5 from the Magnamon.
Do you know how often I used to see you go, all right, I'm gonna hit the Zudomon, still a hard play Zudomon and keep turn? Fuck it, go into a Magna X over it. I mean, you don't get wait, let's backtrack. Nah. You don't get the one digivolve effect, right? Never mind. Backtrack everything I just said about that part. But the Ukkos, 100% still.
Yeah, so the problem with Magna X, the new one, is that the old one would proc on having X antibody in source.
Right. It has to have Magna, I think, right? Or something with armor.
Yeah, this one, it has to have armor form or a Magna X, which means you would have to play the old Magna X. Right. Well, but it's still going to cost 5 to digivolve from that Magna X.
Oh, okay. He goes Zudo into old Magna X, and then you play the option, right? Let me stop. That's a lie.
Yeah, I mean, you could, but nah.
No, it's a lie.
I don't mind playing the Zudos, but I generally didn't feel. I mean, it could have been helpful, but I actually feel like I'm okay not playing with it with the Zudos. I actually agree with you on the Ukkomons. I definitely did miss having Ukkomons for sure. I think I would run a 2-2 split, 2 of the promo, 2 of the searching one. Because I definitely don't need 4 memory gaining ones. And I definitely don't think I need 4 searching ones. I think a 2-2 split would be fine. If anything, I would run 3 searching ones and then call that a day. But I think another like big thing was like, I ran all 12 Magnamons last format. So I had the 18 rookies, 14 Vmons, 4 Ukkos, and 12 armors. I never felt like I struggled to see any of them. If anything, I felt like I had too much. So like I wanted to go down to 11 and I think I did. So I could fit in maybe like, I don't know, another removal option or something. Like that was okay. But like this time I really just felt like there were more bricks. Like it really felt like half of the deck was just made to be a brick. And I mean,
to me, there's cards that in your deck that I'm just like, I don't know again.
But again, it doesn't matter what those cards are. You complain about them, but Acid Injection would have been a Blinding Ray. And Celestial Arrow would have been a Heaven's Judgment.
But I mean, they matter for other consistency points. You know what I'm saying? Like they could have been something else. That could have been that Ukko maybe. Those 2 cards could have been another Ukko. You know what I'm saying?
For that, but what I'm saying is it doesn't matter how you feel about those cards. Again, like Acid Injection, that was the 3rd Blinding Ray. And I was going to run 3 Blinding Ray in that build no matter what. And Celestial Arrow was the 3rd Judgment. It was going to be a Heaven's Judgment no matter what. It doesn't matter. I could go down and run 4 removal, make one of those removal options in Ukkomon. I am cutting all of Blinding Ray. I don't, if anything, I'd run 1 as a tech card, but like that card, honestly, it fucked me so much more than it needed to fuck me. You know, like I would Digivolve and draw, and I draw into it, and I'd be like, damn, I can't use this card. Or I don't want to use this card because it gives me no advantage right now. Like, sure, I can trash the security, but like I'm for 2 memory right now at this very moment, that's useless to me. I had no security and I still couldn't make use of it. Like, it's just to play that like super wall deck that like people want to make the Magnamon armors to be. You're better off playing vaccine armors. I like
it feels
BT16
like
style armors.